Hey, welcome back. We have another Diamond Select Toys sponsored review for you today. We're going to be continuing our look at Spider-Man villains. We've been going through the PVC Gallery Diorama series. We started with Green Goblin. Last week we took a look at Electro, and now we're going to be taking a look at Kraven. Kraven recently had the teaser trailer for the movie come out, so I guess it's a pretty good time to take a look at this character. These, of course, are all going to be based on their comic book look. None of the villains we're showing you are coming out of the MCU or any other medium. These are all kind of classic comic styles here, just like this guy here, as you can see in the box. Sporting his classic look, a little bit of information on the back in terms of his bio and the sculpting. But again, continuing to focus on these guys because they have a great mixture between the character and the bases, which kind of tell a story, and this one's no different. So why don't we get inside the box and check out what makes this character unique and worth your time in that list of Spider-Man villains. All right, another quick unboxing. These are just taped at the top, so you just cut them with whatever method you prefer. I always use a X-Acto knife or a blade of Exact Zero, if you get the reference. And then they come out in this form-fitting plastic. Now this plastic is usually, not always, but usually secured by tape on the sides. This one is here. I cut it open. Sometimes it's not. And then you have these little form-fitting little buttons here where everything is secured into. And then we have our character here. He's got a little weight to him, like the other PVC Gallery dioramas. So why don't we get a nice close-up and check out this nice rendering of Kraven here. You can see him with his nice 1970s cheetah pants. With his nice little, I don't know, they're ballet shoes, climbing shoes maybe, on him there, on his feet. And he's got, of course, his lion's mane vest, and then his, look like zebra stripe arm warmers there, and his nice little spear, very primitive look to him. Got some great teeth around the waist belt there and on his necklace. So a lot of different color palettes here, mixture of color on it, particularly on the lion's mane. A lot of different layering of colors on here, and really tight color applications. And then, yeah, throughout, very nice look to it. And then he's got this great base here of a jungle display. He's a hunter. Of course, he's going to be hunting through the jungle there. So let's take a closer look at just that base there. These bases often kind of steal the show, I think, in a lot of these dioramas we've shown you. This one has got a mixture of rocks and branches and a little plant there in the back. And then you see these great little bamboo shoots, giving the impression that he's cutting through a bamboo thicket, chasing his prey. So really nice base. I think this is one of the better ones. It's like a whole set piece here, essentially, with this character. And it really helps emphasize that he's Kraven the Hunter. He's out there on the hunt. He's going through the jungle looking for his latest prey. And then, again, that great detail on the outfit itself. There's sort of indentations on all the spots on these cheetah pants, so you could tell that they're like from an animal or something. They're not painted there one piece. And then everything is kind of layered on there. As you get up, you can see the lion face on the front of his vest as it splits there. And then the necklace there, and that great sort of cowl he has on his face with the teeth coming out. And that outstretched left hand ready to grab something, so very menacing looking there. So yeah, a lot of detail packed onto this guy. I think he looks really great. I mean, compared to the other villains we've seen so far too, he's keeping right in the same level of detail, right in the same level of the base and the design aesthetic there. Like I said, a little weighty to him too. He's still PVC plastic, so he's not that heavy, not like the milestone statues of the Premier Collection, which are made out of resin or made out of a polymer stone or something. So this is a lot lighter, still pretty compact here. You're looking at maybe 6 inches across and about 10 inches or maybe 9 inches in height. So not going to take up a whole lot of room on your shelf. So nice and compact here. We like comparing them to the Hulk figure here, a little shorter, but maybe just as wide. So if you're familiar with the Hulk Select, you can know roughly the proportions here of his size. But I think you fit great if you're doing a little build out of the gallery of rogues of Spider-Man characters. We've shown you a couple so far. One we didn't get to was Dr. Octopus. He was an older release. I believe it was earlier last year. And then Mysterio was a way older release. But we'll show you a couple other ones so you can see what that looks like. And of course, there's more coming out. But this one has a great mixture, like I said, of that base with a lot of colors, a lot of detail in it, and then this character as well that looks like just a giant action figure. I mean, he's made really well. A lot of great design to him. I wish you could pose him and move him a little bit, but he doesn't. He's in that sort of static pose. He's not going anywhere. So that's pretty much our look at Kraven. But why don't I show you what he looks like if you're starting to build out that gallery of Spider-Man villains, and we'll match him up with the other guys we've shown so far. Well, this is what I was talking about. If you're building out that gallery of Spider-Man villains, it could look something like this. I think it's really cool when you start getting them all together to have all those bad guys out there. Of course, we're missing Dr. Octopus and Mysterio, but I think it looks pretty great to have all these guys, you know, just pop out and start coming to life on your shelf. You know, I'm going to say Green Goblin's still my favorite because he's got that great base you can mount on a wall. You can get that light underneath or behind him, and it makes the semi-translucent flame effect here start to glow, which I think would be a really cool effect to have on your wall or on your desk. And you get that mount in the back for that option of wall mounting. So he's kind of like a deluxe PVC gallery diorama. Doesn't weigh that much, so it's easy to mount that on the wall. And then you got your Electro here too. He's sporting his nice throwback costume, and then with Kraven in the mix. So you can start really building these guys out, and I think they look really great on your shelf. And it's a more economical price point than the Premier Collection, which end up running around $200. These run between $60 and $100, depending on if they're the larger deluxe size. So you could score these guys for a much better price point. And to top it off, we'll have our code for Entertainment Earth, so you can pick this up for 10% off as well, or any of these up for 10% off as long as they're in stock. You just use code CoolToy22. We'll have it in the bottom of this video and the article here, so you can pick these up at a discounted rate. So you're going to get 10% off plus free shipping if it's over $39. So you don't need to just use that on Spider-Man villains. You can use that on anything they have in the store on stock. It's our special code we have, so feel free to use it for whatever you need to pick up for a little bit off. And that free shipping, every little bit helps. So that's our look right now at our latest Spider-Man villain. We'll have another one to show for you next week. Of course, we're gearing up. We're only about a week and a half away from Comic-Con. So we're going to have a lot more to show you to try to fit in that little bit of time. And then, of course, we're going to have all our Comic-Con coverage while we're there on the floor. So we're going to do a pause on reviews for a while and give you some on-the-spot looks at what's going on at Comic-Con this year. We'll be checking out a whole lot of booths. We'll be checking out a whole lot of exclusives. We'll have some interviews. And then when we get back, we'll have some really cool stuff to show off that we picked up at the show, including the look at that new NECA Turtles 3-pack from the movie, as well as that Kino figure and other surprises as well. I don't want to spoil everything. So come back for that, and come back, of course, for all our Comic-Con coverage. Let us know if there's anything else you guys would like to see while we're there that we can try to capture in our footage if we weren't already planning on going there. So that's all for this time. As always, like, subscribe, and follow, and we'll see you guys next time.